Hello friends, I want to share with you today how to make one of my favorite jams, Dewberry jam. Now is it jam or is it jelly? Well, jam uses the whole fruit, whereas jelly uses only the juice. We're going to use the whole fruit today. Now, making jam doesn't require many ingredients, but it does require some special equipment. We've got a ladle. That's not very special, but we've got tongs, special tongs to pick up our canning jars. We've got canning jars. I'm going to use the half-pint size. That's 1 cup. We also have rings and lids. Now the ring you can use over and over again, but if you're going to make jam that is processed in a hot water bath, you've got to use brand new lids, or else you won't get a good seal. What else? We've got a basket to hold our canning jars in the hot water bath. And I keep talking about hot water bath because we want our jam to last for a long time. You could just make refrigerator jam and it will last in the refrigerator for maybe 2 months. But if we process the jam in a hot water bath, we'll sterilize it and it'll last for up to a year, as long as you don't open it. Once you open it, you do have to refrigerate it. So, the other equipment that we need are 3 pots. And I'll show you here on the stove. We've got a pot where we are keeping our mason jars hot and clean and wet, ready to get our jam. We've got a pot here where we're going to process the jam once it's been made and boil it in the jars. And then we've got our big pot that we're going to mix all of our ingredients for the jam. So that's about it for the equipment, and now we can get started mixing our ingredients. Okay, now for ingredients. We only have 4 ingredients. We've got our berries, and I'm making a double batch today. So I've got 8 cups of berries in this pot here. Then we've also got sugar, lots and lots of sugar. Each recipe calls for 7 cups of sugar. We've got lemon juice, which the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, so I've got 1/2 cup here. And then we also have pectin. We've got to have something to thicken the jam. And I've got 2 3-ounce packages in here, and I will use both of these packages. Okay, I have combined the sugar, the berries, and the lemon juice in my big stock pot, and I am stirring. I've also got my pectin cut open and sitting here in a jar, ready and waiting to be poured into the jam. Important thing is to bring this to a rolling boil, and that's something that is very important for the processing of the jam. Make sure that the sugar is fully dissolved. So it's starting to boil right now. I'm seeing little bubbles coming up to the top, but it's not a full rolling boil yet. Let's give it a few more minutes. Okay, I have been heating my berries and sugar and lemon juice in my stock pot on high heat, stirring quite regularly, and it is just about to come to a full rolling boil. This is a very important part of the process, and you can see that it is boiling. It has come up very high, and I need to stir it continuously, and we need to boil this for 1 minute. And then we can add pectin. But you can see it's come up quite high, and I've got to keep stirring so that it doesn't bubble out of the pot. Okay, I've added my pectin and turned the fire off, and you can see that it's come down quite a bit in terms of volume. It was so high in this pot, and now it's come down, and now I'm ready to start putting it into my canning jars and processing them in the hot water bath. Okay, we've got our jam that is cooked now, and we're ready to transfer it into our canning jars so that we can process them in the hot water bath. So I'm taking my ladle here, giving a little stir, and using my wide mouth funnel here to help me fill my jars. And you want to fill these leaving a 1/4 inch of space at the top. Don't want them to be completely full. So, okay, we've filled up our jars. We wipe the rim with a paper towel to make sure it's all clean and there's nothing sticky there. Put the lid on and then put the ring on, not real tight. And then we load up our jars in our basket that we're going to put in our bath of boiling water. And we are going to transfer this very carefully to our boiling water bath and let it process for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes now that our jars of jam have been boiling in the hot water bath, so we're ready to take it out. Gotta be very careful here. And now we let things sit and cool for 24 hours. And over that time, you will hear a little popping sound when the lid, the air gets sucked out and the lid gets pulled down. And so you'll hear this little popping sound on the lid. And then you know that it's good. All the air has come out of the jar. And now you have these jars. After 24 hours of cooling, you can tighten the ring, and you have jam for your toast and jam to give as gifts. And I hope you enjoy. I hope you try to make this.